All right, I'm at the top of Bell's Mountain, which is it's only a 2-pointer, although I took the hard way to get here. But what I want to point out today about my setup is that this is a setup that, based on any conventional wisdom, just shouldn't work. It's not possible. In fact, I think anybody a lot of hams who don't ever take their equipment out portable would just say, that's not going to work. And there's 2 reasons that this isn't supposed to work. Number 1, I'm only using 10 watts. Number 2, I'm only using single sideband, and everybody knows you have to have CW to get out on QRP. You can't possibly get out on QRP with just 10 watts. But here I've got my Elecraft KX2 down here, set up, tied off to my mountain bike. Also, I'm using an end-fed half-wave, which is just not an efficient antenna. So, of course, an end-fed half-wave's not going to work either. There's so much loss in that core. Not to mention the radiation pattern. And then the other big issue that's going to make this setup just absolutely not work is that I have I've only got my apex about maybe 16 feet up off the ground. So, you know, the ends of my antenna come down to about 2 feet off the ground here. Apex is 16 feet off the ground. And it's a 40 meter, so 20 meter long piece of wire for a 40 meter end-fed half-wave. And that just can't possibly work. I mean, it's so inefficient. There's just no way. I'm losing so much power. So anyway, it is gonna work, or it usually works for me, unless propagation conditions are bad. It's gonna work, and at the end of this activation, I think I'll explain why. Sometimes things that you don't think will work will actually work just fine.
I think we've determined that you have single-handedly ruined ham radio. November 0, Whiskey Alpha Echo.
November 0, Whiskey Alpha Echo, QSL.
Roger, roger. Oh, QRM just came up, so you were 55 into Montana. Whiskey 7 Tango Sierra Mike.
Whiskey 7 Tango Sierra Mike, QSL.
Yeah, QSL, you're a 5-5 into Eugene, Oregon.
Copy the 5-5 into Eugene, I've got you 5-9 on Bell's Mountain.
Alpha Kilo 7 uniform.
Alpha Kilo 7 uniform, QSL.
QSL.
Alright, got you 5 and 9 on Bell's Mountain.
And you're here 5-9 in Washington County, Oregon.
Alright, not a long trip. Excellent. Thanks for the chase in 7-3.
7-3. Summit to summit.
Summit to summit, go ahead.
Yeah, Whiskey Juliet 7 Victor here.
Whiskey Juliet 7 Victor, got you 5-9 on Bell's Mountain.
Roger that. Yeah, you're 5-9 here up on Bald Peak, November Charlie 051.
Okay, and that's Whiskey 7-0, right?
That's right, yeah. Whiskey 7 Oscar, November Charlie 051.
All right, Whiskey 7 Oscar, November Charlie 051. Sounds great. Thanks for the chase.
Yeah, you bet. Have a great one up there. How's the snow?
There is no snow at the top. There's some tiny, tiny patches, but yeah, it's probably like it is over there. I'm assuming there's no snow on Bald Peak.
Yeah, none at all. I'm thinking about doing Bells tomorrow.
If you do come up from the Berry Road side, I'm on my mountain bike, so I decided to ride up the trail from the Cold Creek Campground to just do the big ride. And the Sword Fern Way trail that you come from on the east side is gone. It's just completely buried in fallen tree branches.
Okay, very good. I'll keep that in mind when I plan my route.
Yeah, take the easy way up where you drive up almost all the way.
Okay, that's very good. Well, good to get you in the log, and happy hunting out there.
Yeah, thanks. Same to you, and thanks for the Summit to Summit 7-3.
73. November 4, Lima Alpha Golf.
I got November 4, Lima Alpha Golf, QSL.
Wow, come again. You just faded out. I heard your call so well, but you just faded out. Please, signal report again.
November 4, Lima Alpha Golf, 56, 56, 56.
You're 5656. You're 5353 in Western North Carolina.
Copy the 5-3. Thanks in 7-3.
Whiskey Bravo 8, Bravo Hotel November. Bravo Hotel November.
Whiskey Bravo 8, Bravo Hotel November, QSL.
QSL.
5252.
Thanks for the 52, likewise 52 with me. Thanks for activating 73.
Thanks in 7-3, Kilo Delta 7, Quebec, Oscar Whiskey, CQ Soda.
6 Kilo Mike Echo.
There was a Kilo Mike in there, but you keep cutting out.
Kilo Mike Echo. Understanding.
Whiskey 6, Kilo Mike Echo, QSL.
Kilo 5-3 here in Southern California.
Copy the 5-3, and I have you, when you're not cutting out, it's a 5-9, but otherwise I would say it's like a 2-9.
5-5 and activating.
Thanks in 7-3, Kilo Delta 7, Quebec, Oscar Whiskey, CQ Soda.
Kilo 5 Mike Papa Sierra.
Kilo 5, Mike Papa Sierra, QSL.
QSL.
All right, I've got you as a 5-5.
Roger, you're down in the noise for me. I'll give you a 4-5, but I got you.
All right, thanks for the chase in 7-3.
7-3.
Kilo Quebec 4, India Alpha Mike.
Kilo Quebec 4, India Alpha Mike, QSL.
QSL.
All right, you're 5-4, 54.
Sorry, I can't get the signal report.
5-4, 5-4, 54, 54, 5-4.
Roger, 5-4. You're 4-4, North Carolina.
Copy the 4-4, thanks for the chase in 7-3.
7-3.
Kilo 7, Alpha Tango November, got you 5-9 up here on Bells Mountain. November Romeo 7 Yankee, QSL.
Roger, roger. Thanks, Joseph.
5-9 on Bells Mountain.
Thanks, sir. 7-3.
Thanks in 7-3, QRZ.
Oregon. Have a good day. Whiskey 7 Hotel Delta Mike.
Whiskey 7 Hotel Delta Mike, QSL. Is that Whiskey 7 Hotel Delta Mike?
Whiskey 7 Hotel Delta Mike. Whiskey Kilo Delta 7. Quebec Oscar Whiskey. Go ahead.
Yeah, I got you 5-9 on Bells Mountain. Okay, that's it. So I've got a total of 12 entries in the log from this, and 9 of those were on HF. So like I said, it doesn't work, right? This antenna setup just could not possibly work. The reason it works, honestly, is just because the setups you hear, that's for like an ideal, right? The ideal antenna, but every antenna is a compromise, and that's like really the issue, right? So this is just more compromised than normal, but it's not so compromised that it's not going to work. Not even on a single sideband, it'll still work. And the best thing my experience has taught me is just get some wire up in the air. And the other thing I've learned is the more wire, the better. So like, well, up to a point, right? You don't want to go past a half wave, but once you get up to that half wave, then it works pretty well. But the only time I've had things not work for me is if the wire is a little bit short. It's getting a little bit chilly up here. I also have an hour to get back to the car, and the sun is going to set in an hour. So I am going to head back, and I'm going to say 7-3 and get out there and go play with your radio.